Hennessy Memorial Park in Miltown, Malbay is the venue for the 1999 Junior A football final between O'Curry's and Shannon Gaels. O'Curry's, who won the junior title in 1995, they were beaten in this intermediate final 2 years ago in 97 by St. Joseph's Stewart Bearfield. They would dearly love to go into senior ranks for the start of the new millennium. They have a strong look to the side with Aidan Keane at full-back, Michael Carmody at centre half-back, inter-county star Ger Quinlan in centre of the field, and up front Pat Roach and Joe Looney and Damien Classy will be looked to get the all-important scores. It's a lovely afternoon for football here in this wonderful sod in Miltown, Malbay. Shannon Gaels, who have been out of the limelight in recent years, they have gone back from the heights they were in the middle 70s when they put two senior titles back to back in 75 and 76. Well, they would also dearly love to make the step up and join senior ranks for next year. They have a nice look to the side of youth and experience. Alan Crehan mans the centre half back position. Cathal O'Neill comes into the side wearing number 18 at left half back, and Brian Birmingham moves from left half back to centre half forward, and Liam O'Neill also comes into the side wearing number 17. He will play at left half forward. Shannon Gaels will also have David Neelan in goals, and it would be a great achievement for this side with a mixture of youth and experience, which is also the mix that O'Curry's have this year. So which one of these two sides will join the big guns for the start of the year 2000 and go into senior ranks? Well, that will all be decided here in Miltown, Malbay this afternoon. It's a lovely afternoon for football. Just a gentle breeze blowing slightly cross field. That's Ger Keane there in your picture. O'Curry's will be looking for him and Ger Quinlan to get the upper hand in the centre of the field. Kieran Harvey, the team manager, who has done tremendous work with the side. The referee for this afternoon's game will be Tom Stackpole. And everything is in readiness here in Miltown, Malbay for the start of what promises to be a great game. So the referee, Tom Stackpole, has everything in readiness. It'll be Shannon Gaels who will play from right to left in the first half, as Tom Stackpole clears back the half-backs in the half-forward line, and the game gets underway. And it's Shannon Gaels first into the attack. That's driven down deep, but it's well held inside. Good defending there by the O'Curry's men. It was Michael Carmody who took it down, booted out into the centre of the field. Ball tapped down here to PJ Green. Nice combined play here from the O'Curry's men in the early stages. This is John McNamara cutting through, looking for his options. He's been confronted by Alan Crehan. Strikes in a low one, but the referee has blown the whistle, and that his signal was that he threw the ball, so it's going to be a free out to Shannon Gaels, and it's Brian O'Shea the one to take it. Kicks a high one straight down the centre, down towards Brian Birmingham, but it's O'Curry's who regroup fast. Drills it straight upfield. Good defending there by the Shannon Gaels man. Launches a long one down that far side of the field. Brian Neelan first onto it. Oh, dangerous ball inside, and the danger still not cleared. A chance here for Shannon Gaels, and it's fisted in, but it's swept off the line. It was John Paul O'Neill, the one who fisted it in, but the referee has gone in and he's signalling for a penalty to Shannon Gaels in the very early stages of the game. And so it's a penalty to Shannon Gaels. A penalty to Shannon Gaels, and it looks like as if it's Eugene O'Neill, the one who's coming down from the right corner back position to take it. So it's Owen Classy in the goals. Just a minute and a half gone in the game. Up he comes, Eugene O'Neill fires it in, but he has sent it to the left and sent it wide. So reel it off for O'Curry's in the very early stages, as Eugene O'Neill made the long run downfield, but blasted that one in, but his shot was off target and went to the left and wide. And the referee has the notebook out here. He's taking the name of the centre half back from O'Curry's, Michael Carmody. Something there that must have happened off the ball, and the referee, Tom Stackpool, has shown the yellow card to the O'Curry centre half-back. Owen Classy. Nice bit of fielding there in the centre by Jerry Keane. Surrounded by two Shannon Gaels players, and the referee very, very strict in the early stages, signalling there that the O'Curry's men held on to the ball too long. So it's going to be a free to Shannon Gaels. It'll be Michael O'Shea to take it. Kicks it in, drills it in very, very high. They look up and it's gone straight between the posts. The opening score of the game coming from Michael O'Shea from a free, setting Shannon Gaels into a nearly 1 point lead. Michael O'Shea there urging on his side to just send enough of the supply down towards the forward line. Owen Classy, who has donned the cap to keep that strong sun out of his eyes. He was very happy just a couple of moments ago to see that one from the penalty go to the left and wide. It's won here by the centre half-back, Michael Carmody. The referee has awarded a free to O'Curry's. That's taken by the other centre half-back, Alan Crehan. Play swinging from end to end in the early stages. This is a nice move on here for Shannon Gaels. A goal chance on here. Yes, a goal scored by Brian Birmingham. It was a lovely combined move, and Brian Birmingham, who's wearing number 7 but playing at centre half forward, was in on the end of that nice passage of play, and Birmingham crashed it to the back of the net. So a great start by Shannon Gaels. They lead by 4 points, but it could so easily be 7, as they have also missed a penalty. So Shannon Gaels have settled very well in the early stages. Shannon Gaels attacking again, and the referee there has awarded a free to O'Curry's. That the player threw the ball, the player in possession threw the ball, and it's Shannon Gaels who come attacking again. Martin McMahon, he's foul, and it's going to be a free to Shannon Gaels. Quickly taken down in towards the inside line. John Paul O'Neill in possession. John Paul kicks goalwards, but that one has gone to the right and wide. But Shannon Gaels really putting on the pressure in the early stages. It'll be Owen Classy to take the kick out. He has certainly been the busiest of the two goalkeepers in the early stages of this intermediate final. Stephen Crehan chases for it, wins possession. Shannon Gaels launch another one downfield. Down in towards the inside line. Jerry Birmingham tries to latch onto that one, but it's gone over the end line. It's going to be a kick out for O'Curry's. That's 3 wides for Shannon Gaels. O'Curry's have yet to register a score or also to register a wide. They're finding great difficulty in getting the ball past the centre of the field. Owen Classy once again. Gets much more distance into this one. But again, it's Shannon Gaels who come attacking. They're certainly lording it in the early stages out around the centre of the field. They're winning all the breaking ball out there. And the free is going to be awarded, I think, from where the ball landed for that infringement. So free into Shannon Gaels. Nicely chipped in and straight between the posts, putting Shannon Gaels further ahead. That one came from the boot of Brian Elan, who kicked it with the left leg, very suitable from that side of the pitch for a left-footed kicker. This is Jerry Keane in possession. A free to O'Curry's. O'Curry's mentors up along the far touchline, looking worried at this stage of the game, but there's a long time to go in it. But it's Shannon Gaels launch another attack down towards the goals. Dangerous ball as it drops inside. Out comes the keeper, Owen Classy. The hand pass out as far as Aidan Keane, who gives it to Alan Behan. Flicks it out as far as Kevin Shalhoub. They're working it very short from the back. This is John McNamara. Ball tipped away from him there by Noel Kennedy. And it's going to be a free there for that foul on Brendan Troy, and a free for O'Curry's. O'Curry's will be hoping to get a couple of scores just to settle the nerves. As Tom Stackpole there has a word with one of the O'Curry's players, and he also has the notebook out, and he's calling one of the Shannon Gael players. And there's going to be a booking here. I think it's Noel Kennedy. And Tom Stackpole has the notebook out, and I'm sure the yellow card is going to be shown as Michael Carmody takes the free upfield onto Jerry Quinlan. Quinlan is fouled in possession, a free into O'Curry's. Quinlan could certainly do damage on those runs that he makes into the heart of the defence. And again, there's the notebook out, but I think this time it's just that the name has been noted. And Jerry Quinlan with the free. Quinlan boots it in, and he gets the opening score for O'Curry's. So that might settle the nerves for O'Curry's as Jerry Quinlan gets their opening score. Jerry, of course, who has a good bit of inter-county experience, both at under 21 and senior level. David Neelan with the kick out. Cathal O'Neill wins possession. Sends Shannon Gaels attacking. Down towards Brian Neelan. Sells the dummy nicely, but he's surrounded by 4 O'Curry players. And the referee says the challenge was illegal, so a free into Shannon Gaels. Good sized crowd gathered in here into Hennessy Memorial Park, and they're certainly enjoying the early stages of this game. Oh, that free was very poorly directed. And a chance for O'Curry's to set up an attack, but the player loses out, and this is Michael O'Shea. Michael O'Shea links back with Brian O'Shea. Nice combined move here onto Noel Kennedy. Kennedy boots it in, and Kennedy gets the point. There was a lot of mistakes out around the middle, first by the Shannon Gael players, but then O'Curry's gave away possession, and Noel Kennedy penalised them with a well-taken point. Owen Classy with the kick out. This time he elects this side of the field. Up goes Jerry Quinlan. Ball breaks down as far as the centre half-back, Michael Carmody. Carmody being put under a lot of pressure, but retains possession. This is a promising move here. Quick ball into the inside line, but it was well read inside. Eugene O'Neill the first onto it. The hand pass there to Matt McMahon. Oliver Quinlan drills it up inside towards the full forward line, but again the Shannon Gaels rear back is standing firm. Long ball downfield, gets on to John Paul O'Neill. Links up here nicely with David Neelan. There's a nice look about this Shannon Gaels inside line. Neelan sells the dummy, but the referee said he took too many steps, and Tom Stackpole is awarding a free out to O'Curry's. But there's certainly a lot of movement and a lot of fluency about the inside line for Shannon Gaels, and I think the motto seems to be to get the ball in there as quickly as possible. Michael Carmody with the free. He's manning the pivotal centre-half back position for O'Curry's. Drills a high one upfield. Well taken again for Shannon Gaels. They're certainly winning the aerial duel out there. This is Michael O'Shea, very promising player. O'Shea links up nicely with Brian Neelan. Oh, lovely vision by Neelan. The pass was just that bit firmly too struck, and away comes Michael Carmody. That's a free to O'Curry's. Carmody will take the free himself. Swings it out this side. Again, the Gaels are very alert with anything that's breaking there around the middle. That one has crossed the touchline, but I think the referee had blown the whistle, and he's awarding a free from where the ball landed. That the tackle was laid there as the player had played the ball away, so it's going to be a free in, and it'll be Michael O'Shea to take it. Michael O'Shea kicking from the left side of the field. Brian Nealon kicking from the right-hand side. O'Shea drills this one in, but it's gone way off target to the left and wide. That's Shannon Gaels' fourth wide of the game. Meanwhile, the referee, Tom Stackpool, is going in. He's having a word there with one of his umpires. Was it for something that happened out the field? The referee is coming out. He's having a word there with two of the players, John Paul O'Neill. Just telling them to cool things down as Owen Clohessy takes the kick out. Nicely taken there by John Nealon. Links out here with Brian Nealon. Been put under pressure by Denny McMahon. But Nealon still gets his kick in. And it went off the fingertips of the O'Curry's player. So it's going to be a sideline kick to Shannon Gaels. Brian Nealon quickly takes it inside. Tries to link up here with John Paul O'Neill. But it's the fullback, Aidan Keane, is in there. Gets his fisted pass out. O'Curry's having trouble in dealing with this inside line. But they've coped well on this occasion. The referee there has blown the whistle, and I think it was that for the sliding tackle in. But again, Shannon Gaels win it. O'Curry's giving away possession rather easily. Nice move here, swung out to Brian O'Shea. Brian O'Shea toe to hand, drills it in goalwards, and Brian O'Shea has put it straight between the posts. Another good point for Shannon Gaels. The Gaels certainly looking very fluent in movement, great passing, great anticipation about the play, and they're certainly finishing off with scores, so they lead 1-4 to 1 point. It's Shannon Gaels come attacking again. Stephen Crehan links up with his midfield partner Noel Kennedy. It's taken by the centre half back Alan Crehan. Crehan drills a long one straight down again towards the full forward line, but this time Michael Carmody is there for O'Curry's. He's fouled by Brian Birmingham. A free out to O'Curry's, quickly taken, and O'Curry's work a move here and try and get another score on the board. That's fed up as far as John McNamara, in as far as Jerry Quinlan. Quinlan fires it in, and David Nealon has to be alert inside in the goals. Had to go full stretch across there and tip that one out for a 45. Jerry Quinlan with the 45. He's got the lone score already for O'Curry's. Drills this one in. Oh, nicely taken inside. A chance here. This is Pat Roach, the long-serving member of the O'Curry's team. Kicks it in, and Pat Roach gets the point. Nice work move there as Roach had read it well and had moved off his marker as the ball was being floated in, so it narrows the gap to 5 points. David Nealon with the kick out. Lovely bit of fielding there in the centre by Alan Crehan. Oh, but he gives the ball away, and he gives it to John McNamara. O'Curry's working this one nicely. This is Jerry Keane cutting through. Links back here with the right half back, Brendan Troy, and Troy kicks it in, and he gets the point. So slowly but surely O'Curry's coming back into the game. They'd been hit by early scores, but they have that gap now down to 4 points. Alan Crehan for Shannon Gaels, playing very well. Kicks a long one downfield. Again, it's in towards that inside line. Jerry Birmingham links up here with Brian O'Shea. O'Shea is cropping up in every position of the field, down towards John Paul O'Neill. But O'Curry's rear guard stand firm. Dangerous tactics there as they bring the ball across in front of their own goals. Alan Behan with the hand pass back. Put it upfield, Denny McMahon. That's nicely taken again by Brian O'Shea. Both sides really fired up for this one. The challengers are going in very hard and very brisk, and the referee is very strict and players over carrying the ball. And he has the notebook out here, and he's taking the name of the Shannon Gaels midfielder Stephen Crehan. I don't know if he gave it the yellow card or was it just that he noted the number. Michael Carmody with the free. Out this side. That's won there by Cathal O'Neill. But the ball had crossed the touchline and PJ Green certainly felt the brunt of that challenge. So it'll be a sideline kick, or is it going to be a hot ball? Martin Keogh there, one of the very famous names to come from the Shannon Gaels club. That's floated down. Brian Birmingham tries to latch onto it. It's taken here by Liam O'Neill. O'Neill drills it in. Oh, Classy drops it inside. The keeper under pressure there for a moment. But Alan Behan is there to help out. Another dangerous moment in there near the goals. Played out as far as Oliver Quinlan. Quinlan weighing up his options. That one has screwed off the outside of the right boot. And it's gone for a 45. Cathal O'Neill the one to take it. Down towards John Paul O'Neill. Aidan Keane putting in the challenge. Michael Carmody is also in there to help for O'Curry's. It has gone over the touchline. Players from both sides claiming it. Shannon Gaels claiming there that it was a 45. The O'Curry's players are very insistent that the ball went wide. But the umpire is signalling that it's a 45 as he's coming across the position where the ball crossed the line. That decision certainly doesn't agree with the players from O'Curry's, but the decision of the referee and umpire is final, so it's going to be a 45 to Shannon Gaels. Alan Crehan to take it. Crehan looks at the target, fires it in. That's curling beautifully and it's gone straight over the crossbar. A very good point by the centre half back, Alan Crehan, coming from a dead ball situation from a 45. So now there's a 5-point gap in it once again. Meanwhile, there's attention needed for one of the O'Curry players down near the goals. I think it's Denny McMahon. And it'll be Owen Classy to take the kick out. 5 points separating the sides. Tom, TV. Heights jump in the air there, but the Shannon Gaels players missed the ball. John McNamara swings it up this side. Well anticipated there by Martin McMahon. But the referee said that there was a push in the back on Pat Roach, so it's going to be a free to O'Curry's. A lovely afternoon for football here in Miltown, Malbay. And this pitch, of course, as is customary, is looking in immaculate condition. PJ Green to take this one. Can he narrow the gap to 4 points? Suitable for a left-footed kicker. Kicks it in, but it's curling, but it's dropped down in front of the goals. And the referee is awarding a penalty to O'Curry's. The O'Curry's players seem to win the ball high in the air. The Shannon Gaels players were trying to take it from their grasp. The Shannon Gaels players, they're protesting. But the referee is signalling that it's a penalty to O'Curry's. And this is certainly a very good chance now for O'Curry's. Referee's notebook is out once again. So a penalty to O'Curry's. Can they get an all-important goal from this one? Who's about to take it? It's Ger Quinlan. Boots it in. Oh, great save. A great save inside by David Neelan. A wonderful save as he had to go full length across and touched it out. So a penalty missed at both ends of the field. Some of the major talking points which will be about the game later on, and play has swung to the other end. It's taken there by the fullback Aidan Keane. He's fouled by John Paul O'Neill. A free out to O'Curry's. But that was certainly a top-class save from David Nealon. The penalty, of course, at the other end was drilled to the left and wide. But that was really a top-class save. And a let off there for Shannon Gaels as John McNamara swings it across this side into open space. And the referee there has blown the whistle that the challenge was slightly high, and it's a free to O'Curry's. Michael Carmody to take it. What a great achievement it would be for O'Curry's if they could join senior ranks, having come through and winning Junior A in '94. John McNamara swings it across as far as Pat Roach. Pat Roach would dearly love to get that medal and put O'Curry's into senior ranks. He has given great service down the years to the O'Curry's team. And it'll be PJ Green to take this free. Taking a very long run back from this one. Up he comes. Gets a good amount of distance with the left leg into it. But it's Alan Crehan who takes it inside. Crehan playing extremely well at centre half back for Shannon Gaels. Swung down this side. The inside line have moved out a long ways, but again they combine nicely. This is Jerry Birmingham. Birmingham looks at the target, strikes it in, and has kicked another wonderful point for Shannon Gaels. Great movement about this inside line, and it was Jerry Birmingham that time who came on the end of it and has put 6 points between the sides once again. Kevin Chalou in possession for O'Curry's, surrounded by 3 Shannon Gaels players. One back here for O'Curry's by Brian Nealon. Jerry Birmingham boots it across. This is Brian Birmingham. Birmingham swings it in and swings it straight between the posts once again. So Brian Birmingham with a goal and a point for Shannon Gaels. And Shannon Gaels are certainly taking the chance as well. So now there's 7 points between the sides. It was back to 4 at one stage. And then that wonderful save by David Nealon, who could have brought it back to a point for O'Curry's. But Shannon Gaels have now stretched the lead once again. Nicely taken there by John Nealon. But his distribution was poor. It's straight over the touchline. Or it seemed to take... got a touch there from one of the O'Curry's players. It's going to be a 45 to Shannon Gaels. Nicely swung in there towards the danger area. Ball seemed to be touching the ground there. John Paul O'Neill, but it's well blocked down, and Aidan Keane fists it out. But it's Shannon Gaels coming attacking again. Brian Birmingham. Birmingham, who was listed at left half back, but the switch to centre half forward has certainly been a good stroke by the Shannon Gaels mentors. That's a free out to O'Curry's. Shannon Gaels, as we mentioned, have been out of the limelight for a number of years, but there seems to be a nice blend to this side. This is Brendan Troy. Fisted away there by Cathal O'Neill, but it's PJ Green who intercepts for O'Curry's. He's fouled there by Cathal O'Neill, a free to O'Curry's. And it'll be Brendan Troy the one to take it. Back covering off there is Stephen Crehan. The two Crehans playing well. Booted down this the far side. Brian Birmingham has possession. Down towards John Paul O'Neill. O'Neill coming across him, try and make a better angle for himself. Still John Paul O'Neill. Danger here as he's cutting through. A chance of a goal here, and he finishes it well to the back of the net. John Paul O'Neill, who did all the work himself, as it was fed down into the corner. He won it and went through the heart of the O'Curry's defence and put it inside that right hand upright. So that's stretching the lead further now for Shannon Gaels. They certainly have taken their chances well in this first half. They've accounted for 4 wides, but there's a very potent look about their forward line. The kick out from Owen Classy. Up the rise for it in the centre. Joe Looney, the one who sends it across the far side, over towards Jerry Keane. This is PJ Green inside, a chance here, but a good block there by one of the Shannon Gaels players, but it comes to Jer Quinlan. Quinlan kicks it in, and David O'Neill signalling there that it went wide, but the umpire had no hesitation in putting up the flag. Jer Quinlan's second point of the game. Meanwhile, one of the Shannon Gaels players seemed to have picked up an injury. Seems to be the fullback, Martin McMahon. And the score is 2 goals and 7 points to 4 points, and the referee calls for the ball. And as the sides go in at half-time, it's Shannon Gaels who have a commanding lead of 9 points. And O'Curry's has certainly got it all to do here in this second half if they're to come back into this. But there's 30 minutes to do. The scoreboard at half-time reading 2-7 to 4 points. As the second half gets underway, O'Curry's trailing by 9 points. Brendan Troy cutting downfield. That's the foul there on Pat Roach. So a chance for O'Curry's to get the opening score of the second half. They will want to tag on scores early to pull back that 9-point lead. Jer Quinlan kicks it in. It looks to be well on its way. Yes, it's gone straight over the crossbar. A third point to the game, putting 8 points between the sides, and Jer Quinlan's third point. David Neelan. Curry's, of course, of the aid of whatever breeze is there, but it's mostly a crossfield breeze. Alan Crehan busting his way out of defence. Swings it across the far side, over towards Michael O'Shea, but it's taken away from him by Kevin Shalhoub. O'Curry's putting under pressure in the early stages of the second half, but that one is intercepted by Martin McMahon. Gives it out there to Cathal O'Neill. Good defending now by the left cornerback, Denny McMahon. Nice transfer of play up as far as Kevin Shalhoub. Kevin Shalhoub seemed to touch the ball on the ground, and Tom Stackpole concurs, and it's going to be a free to Shannon Gaels. And it's Alan Crehan coming to take it. 8 points separating the sides. Crehan certainly had a very good first half for Shannon Gaels. Swings this one across this side. It seems to go off his boot. The wind helping it across this side also. Brendan Troy is there. Being put under pressure there by Cathal O'Neill. The hand pass down this side, down to Joe Looney. Transfers it on to Jer Quinlan. Quinlan with the hand pass in inside. This is John McNamara. Nice move here by O'Curry's. Links inside with Jer Quinlan once again. Quinlan kicks it in and he gets the point. Maybe there was a goal chance on there for O'Curry's, but Jer Quinlan was happy to take the point. So O'Curry's have got the first 2 points of the second half, and the margin is back to 7 points. David Neelan with the kick out. The breeze holding that one, but Alan Crehan is under it, but it's taken away from him. Jer Quinlan in possession. Now it's John McNamara. McNamara tries to link in with Jer Quinlan, but the pass was a hopeless one there, as it gives the Shannon Gaels players all the time in the world to come in and intercept it. As Brian Birmingham for Shannon Gaels. The referee has blown the whistle. I think there was contact made there all right by Joel Looney, but I think it was accidental as Joe Looney was trying to come in to win the ball. The challenge was high to the face. The name has been taken. But I think it was accidental more than designedly. And Tom Stackpole has flashed another yellow card here, this time to Joe Looney. Martin Keogh there not too worried. He knows that Brian Birmingham will get on with play on. Or has he to leave the field? There's a sub coming on. Number 12 is coming into the side. Tomas Madigan. And I think it's Cathal O'Neill, the one who's being replaced. So Tomas Madigan, who was listed at number 12, has come into the side. And Cathal O'Neill is being replaced. So free to Shannon Gaels. 5 minutes gone in this second half. 7 points separating the sides. Nicely fed up there as far as John Paul O'Neill. Got a great goal there before half-time. Weighing up his options. Links across here with Brian Birmingham. Birmingham drills it in and Don Classy has to touch that one out for a 45. That was a dangerous one there as it dropped in from Brian Birmingham. The Curry's mentors are worried. They feel that 7-point gap. Can they bring it back? There's a long ways to go in this second half. Alan Crehan with the 45. Crehan boots it in right-footed. The wind not holding this one as much. And it curled actually against the breeze. And it's going to be a free out. And it'll be Owen Classy to take it. Up there, Riceford in the middle. Back as far as Alan Crehan. His kick is blocked down. John McNamara cutting through. McNamara links up here with Jerry Keane. Still Jerry Keane. Boots it in right-footed. But that one is curling. Oh, dangerous ball inside. But David Nealon once again was alert and gives the hand pass out as far as Eugene O'Neill. There seemed to be a late tackle there as the goalkeeper played the ball away. And the referee is calling the left half forward, Damien Classy. And there's another booking for Damien Classy, but David Nealon is okay and ready to resume between the posts. This time Pat Roach is the one guilty of the illegal challenge, and it's Shannon Gaels who sweep the ball upfield. Good bit of play there by Brian Birmingham, showing great pace to get onto that one. But Aidan Keane is there. Links up here with Brendan Troy. Being put under pressure and has to go backwards. Oh, that challenge was high there from John Paul O'Neill. And the referee is going up. John Paul O'Neill there. Challenge came in high. Both players shake hands. But the name of John Paul O'Neill is going into the book of Tom Stackpole. Or I don't think the yellow card was showing that he just took the number. And Declan Power is being introduced into the Shannon Gaels team, and also coming in, Brendan Griffin is coming in for O'Curry's. So both sides making changes. And Shannon Gaels will win the breaking ball out around the middle once again. Drilled up towards John Paul O'Neill. And he had been hooshed over the sideline. And it's going to be a sideline kick, which Brendan Troy takes. Well taken by Alan Crehan. Links up there with Noel Kennedy. Kennedy drills a long one upfield. Taken inside by Alan Behan. Links out that far side. O'Curry's much more positive now in this second half. Oliver Quinlan. But again, the tenacious tackling of the Shannon Gaels team have won back position, but Kevin Shalhoub intercepts. Good persistence there by Declan Power. Aidan Keane flicks it out as far as Jerry Keane. Swings it down this side. Brian O'Shea. Good defending once again by Shannon Gaels. Out as far as Stephen Crehan. Brian Birmingham in possession, being confronted by Brendan Troy. Links up nicely here with Jerry Birmingham. Birmingham looking at the target. Kicks it in. But this one has gone to the right and wide. One of the few missed chances that Shannon Gaels have. That's their 5th wide. But their forward line has been combining very well. Ten minutes gone in this second half. Owen Classy with the kick out. Nice bit of fielding there by Brian Birmingham. Links out here with Noel Kennedy. Kennedy is fouled, a free to Shannon Gaels. And it'll be Alan Crehan once again to take it. He has certainly dominated the centre half-back position for Shannon Gaels. Drills another long one upfield, but that one goes over the head of Declan Power. It'll be a kick out for Owen Classy. What a goal could do at this stage of the game for O'Curry's. Could certainly bring them straight back into the game. They're winning an amount of possession, but don't seem to have the cuteness up front that Shannon Gaels have. Brendan Troy is fouled. He has played extremely well for O'Curry's, but then O'Curry's give the ball away rather easily once again, and it's up towards the danger man, John Paul O'Neill. O'Neill kicks it in, a goal. Another goal for Shannon Gaels, and that could be the real killer blow as John Paul O'Neill gets his 2nd goal of the game. And it was a free out initially to O'Curry's, but they give the ball away straight from the free, and it was driven up inside to John Paul O'Neill, and he buried it to the back of the net. So now that gap, I think, is insurmountable for O'Curry's, unless they can get a couple of goals very, very shortly. This one goes through the hands of Stephen Crehan, but he wins it back at the 2nd attempt. But the referee says illegally, so a free to O'Curry's. Michael Carmody. Well taken inside by the fullback, Martin McMahon. Noel Kennedy swings it out this side. Brian Birmingham has covered an amount of ground for Shannon Gaels. That one drilled into open space. Declan Power trying to get onto it. But the player there pushed in the back is Alan Behan. A free to O'Curry's. Swung into the centre half-back, Michael Carmody. Being put under a lot of pressure. Shannon Gaels tackling very, very hard once they haven't the ball. They're certainly putting a lot of pressure on their O'Curry's men. This is Jerk Quinlan in possession. O'Curry's will now be looking to Quinlan to show leadership. It seemed to be an illegal challenge. Yes, says referee Tom Stackpole. So it's going to be a free end to O'Curry's. And it'll be Jerk Quinlan to take it. Kicks it from the hand. Oh, and he floats it across the goals. A bad miss there for O'Curry's, as Quinlan had the chance there of the point, but it went straight across the face of the goals to the right and wide. David Neelan will take the kick out. He has been very, very alert inside in goals for Shannon Gaels. And the referee not too happy at where he had placed the ball. Certainly an up and promising young goalkeeper. Didn't get much distance into this one, and it's O'Curry's who win it. It's the centre half-back, Michael Carmody, has moved a long ways downfield. Is there a chance on here? And it's booted in, but again it's gone across the face of the goals. So O'Curry's wasting chances. They certainly cannot afford to do that, trailing by 10 points. They have the aid of the breeze in the second half, but they're not making as much use of it as Shannon Gaels did in the first. That one has gone over the touchline, but the referee says it's a free to Shannon Gaels. Curry's regroup inside, the short passing movement, but then they swing it downfield. John McNamara, he has also played well for Curry's, although Alan Crehan has dominated the centre of the backline there for Shannon Gaels. Brendan Troy links up here with Jerk Quinlan. Quinlan still cutting through, and Quinlan is brought to the ground, but the referee weighs on the play. The Curry's players there feeling that they were entitled to a free, but the referee waved on the play, and it's Shannon Gaels who are attacking. Stephen Crehan trying to win possession, seemed to touch the ball on the ground. It's fed in inside, Declan Power reining in on goal, but it's well taken by Alan Behan. He was safe hands there in front of the goals. Links out here with Joel Looney. But again they give away possession, and this is Brian Birmingham. Birmingham boots it in, but it's only straight to an unmarked Curry's player. The hand pass out to Brendan Troy. Transferred on to John McNamara. Oliver Quinlan, back to John McNamara once again. Holding up the point of the attack, but then swings it in. Well taken again by the safe hands of David Neelan. Links out here with Brian Neelan. And Martin McMahon is there to complete the clearance. But in nips Michael Carmody, who has been very solid in the centre half back position. Swings it across out to Jerry Keane. Keane being confronted there by Tomas Madigan. And Shannon Gaels win back possession. Up again to Brian Birmingham. He has covered every inch of the pitch here in Miltown Malbay. Links on here nicely with Brian Neelan. Declan Power feeds it into John Paul O'Neill. Space opening up inside. Still John Paul O'Neill cutting through. Has he the chance of the hat-trick? Oh, great save inside. A very good save inside by Owen Classy. And if David Neelan made a wonderful save at that end of the first half, this time it was the turn of Owen Classy as he tipped that one past the upright for a 45. Declan Power drills that one in, but it's gone across the goals. It's gone to the right and wide. He certainly got the distance and had the height, but hadn't the accuracy. Owen Classy. Declan Power first onto it. Ball breaks as far as Brian O'Shea. O'Shea toe to hand, weighing up his options. Links back in here with Kennedy. And Noel Kennedy drills it in, but that's gone to the right and wide. And there's another sub coming on for the Currys. Derek Troy is coming into the team, wearing number 21. The last few attacks there for Shannon Gaels have all gone wide. Not the same fluency in the attack as there was in the first half. First touch of the action here for Derek Troy, and he wins a free for O'Curry's. Well taken there by Brian Neelan. Distribution was poor. It's gone over the touchline. A sideline kick to O'Curry's. Still 10 points separating the sides. O'Curry's certainly need a goal quickly. Brian O'Shea swings it up towards Declan Power. He's fouled there by Alan Behan. A free to Shannon Gaels. Power has played well since being introduced. He's wearing number 11 but didn't start. John Paul O'Neill flicks it out. Declan Power with the fresh legs now in this second half. Links up here nicely with Brian Birmingham, and this fella's legs has carried him all over Hennessy Memorial Park. Swings it in, but that one has gone right and wide. Birmingham certainly has a great engine. He has travelled every inch of this pitch here this afternoon. The supporters enjoying this, especially the Shannon Gaels supporters. It looks for the start of the new millennium, although there's a long time to go in it yet, that Shannon Gaels could be back in senior ranks. Jerry Birmingham fleets it in as far as Declan Power. Power links back again with Jerry Birmingham. Michael O'Shea. O'Shea drills it in. John Paul O'Neill has it inside, or no, it's Noel Kennedy. Kennedy floats it over across in front of the goals. Michael O'Shea has possession. O'Shea finally has put it over the crossbar. Michael O'Shea's second point of the game, putting 11 clear points between the sides. That's well taken by Jer Quinlan. A free to O'Curry's. O'Curry's certainly not giving up. They're showing good heart, even though that they're trailing by a huge margin of 11 points. John Elan racing after that one. Michael Carmody, who now is up operating in the forwards, trying to do something about this 11-point gap. He's gone to the ground injured. Mickey O'Sullivan there and Martin Keogh has certainly brought this team out in very good shape for today's final. The Shannon Gaels bench there, they seem to be happy at the moment. Well, they may. They're leading by 11 points. Sideline kick. Taken by Jerry Keane. Fouled by Brian Birmingham. A free to O'Curry's. 22 minutes gone in this second half. Jer Quinlan, they'll have to try and work for a goal. Jer Keane drills it in, and that one is gone over the crossbar. A point by the midfielder, Jerry Keane. The O'Curry's midfield have contributed 5 points. Jer Quinlan with 4, and now Jer Keane with his first of the game. The kick out from David Neelan. Swings off his boot, but who pops up in that position once again but Brian Birmingham. Up as far as Declan Power. In towards John Paul O'Neill. They seem to be holding there on O'Neill. Drills it over across in front of the goals. Fed out as far as Brendan Troy. He has played his heart out for O'Curry's. Gets it to Jer Quinlan. Quinlan coming more and more into the game in the second half. Quinlan kicks a long one downfield, but the Shannon Gaels rearguard has no trouble in dealing with that one. The kick was too high for John McNamara to do anything about it. So still that huge gap between the sides. It's now down to 10 points. Short kick out. Michael Carmody racing after it, but it's the fullback Martin McMahon who comes there first. Links out with John Elan. Once again, it's Brendan Troy for O'Curry's. And it's certainly not his fault that O'Curry's are trailing by 10 points. They got a very poor start to the game, then came back into it somewhat. But that goal by John Paul O'Neill, goals from John Paul O'Neill at either side of one before half time and another one soon after it. This is Declan Power. Power cutting through, shakes off 2 challenges, links across, but it's the O'Curry's player who's there, and again Brendan Troy is there to take the ball from the full back line. Crehan nips in. That is Stephen Crehan, links out with Michael O'Shea. O'Shea looks at the target, kicks it in, and Michael O'Shea gets the point. That's Michael O'Shea's 3rd point of the game. O'Curry's are introducing another substitute. This time it's Gerald Troy, who's coming into the side wearing number 21. But once again, there is 11 points between the sides. Owen Classy with the kick out. Jerry Birmingham in possession. Derek Troy is there for O'Curry's. Long ball downfield. Again, the Shannon Gaels defence has no trouble with dealing with that one. Brian Birmingham seemed to be a foot trip there, but the referee weighs on the play. Declan Power, he has showed for the ball very well since coming in. Swings it up into the corner, in towards John Paul O'Neill. The lazy looking style of John Paul O'Neill, but he has caused a lot of problems. Old Kennedy feeds it in. This is John Paul O'Neill. And another goal. Another goal for John Paul O'Neill. John Paul O'Neill gets his third goal of the game. And he has certainly been inspirational for him up front. He has caused an amount of problems inside in that full back line for O'Curry's. And every time he gets the ball in there, it spells danger. Himself there and Declan Power and Old Kennedy combined well for that one. And John Paul O'Neill just slotted it in. Owen Clossy with the kick out. So that certainly has put it way past O'Curry's if they had any chance of coming back into it. John Paul O'Neill with 3 killer blow goals. Alan Crehan. This one didn't come as far as Brian Birmingham, but he's still in there tackling tenaciously for it. Brian Power is also there. He has been introduced as a substitute. He has come in for Noel Kennedy. Noel Kennedy, who's the captain of the side, but Brian Power has replaced him in the last couple of moments. A free to Shannon Gaels. 2 O'Curry's players there nearly collide. Again, it's drilled long ball downfield, but it's Alan Crehan once again. He has been rock solid for Shannon Gaels. Links out here with Eugene O'Neill. Gives it to Brian Neelan. Neelan swings it up again to Brian Birmingham. Brian Birmingham has certainly tormented the O'Curry's rear guard. Declan Power trying to latch onto that one. Alan Behan is there for O'Curry's. Links out here with Michael Carmody. Carmody drills it across into the middle. Slightly overran there by Tomas Madigan, and Jerk Quinlan gets it away. PJ Green links up here with John McNamara. McNamara cutting downfield, but I think at this stage it looks as if there's a chance on here. But again, the Shannon Gaels defence were quick to close down there on Gerald Troy. This is Jerk Quinlan. Quinlan cuts through, kicks it in with the left leg, and it's no more than a consolational score for O'Curry's at this stage. It's Jerk Quinlan's 5th point of the game. But at this stage, surely it's Shannon Gaels who will join the senior ranks next year. There's a very good blend to this side of youth and experience, and they have certainly been in tremendous form here this afternoon. And here they come again with John Neelan. A lot of credit there to Mickey O'Sullivan and Martin Keogh for the way this team has been in top-class physical condition, and also the way they have used the ball on a lot of occasions. And I think they will certainly cause problems for a lot of senior teams at the start of the year 2000. And it may not be too long until they will be back to be the force that they were in the 70s. This is Jerk Quinlan. Quinlan cutting through, fires it in, but it's gone to the left and wide. Scoreboard reading 4 goals and 9 to 8 points. We're into the last minute of the game as David Neelan kicks it out. Up there, Riceford. Again, the Shannon Gaels players is there the minute that ball comes to the ground. But one certainly has to give credit also to O'Curry's. They were junior champions in '94. They were beaten in the intermediate final 2 years ago, and it looks as if defeat is going to be their loss. Their lot here again this afternoon, but they certainly have never thrown in the towel. They have taken it to Shannon Gaels throughout, but they hadn't the same class of forwards up front that Shannon Gaels had. Were not able to put away the scores, and it looks as if the intermediate title, yes, Tom Stackpole calls for the ball. And Shannon Gaels are the intermediate champions of 1999, and they will join the senior ranks at the start of the new millennium. So Shannon Gaels the champions on a score of 4 goals and 9 points to O'Curry's 8 points. So great scenes of delight as the substitutes, the mentors, the supporters come on to congratulate their heroes in red and white. So Shannon Gaels, who are the intermediate champions of 1999, and they will join senior ranks for the year 2000. So a very good performance here by Shannon Gaels. And Through the field, they were certainly the more evenly balanced side. They had very good performances from Martin McMahon at fullback. Alan Crean had been rock solid throughout. And up front, John Paul O'Neill, the 3-goal hero, as Father McNamara, chairman of the Clare County Board, is about to present the cup to the captain, Noel Kennedy.
And I'd like just to congratulate both parishes and both teams in particular in getting to the county intermediate final. And it's particularly delightful today to see two intermediate clubs contesting the final. Two clubs that have a very proud tradition in Gaelic football in this county. I want at this point in time to congratulate Tom Stackpool and his officials. Tom is a great servant of both hurling and football in refereeing, and I want to compliment him and thank him for his contribution to today's game. Margaret Tom. And it's almost a ritual now when you come to Miltown to offer sincere congratulations in the pitch. But I have to say today again, with the kind of rain and weather that we've had over the last couple of weeks, that pitch is immaculate, and it's a fantastic tribute to the club here in Miltown and to the people who have given us this fine facility. So, Gormina Margway, Strad Nakara. The two teams that contested today's final are the two best teams in intermediate in the county, and they gave us a fine sporting game. It was difficult conditions with the breeze, and I know that O'Curry's will be disappointed. It's always disappointing when you get to a final and lose it. But O'Curry's have a particularly good year, and I know that once the disappointment of this is over, that they'll be looking forward to the under-21 final next Sunday. So we wish them the very best of luck in that, and indeed the very best of luck in the future. And I know that O'Curry's will be back and will get up into the senior grade. So well done, O'Curry's. But there's no doubt that this year and this day belong to Shannon Gaels. And it's great looking through the Gaels team, looking through the names that are appearing in it. And I know these lads here on the left, that the glories of the past are only stories that are told around firesides and that. But they are going to make their own chapter. And I think today that it's been a major breakthrough for the Gaels. And these lads will carry the banner of the Gaels over the next, into the new millennium. And I have no doubt in the world that they're going to make a major contribution at senior level, and especially now contesting the under-21A final as well. It's the right time going into senior, and I know that you have the ambition and you'll take your place with the greats of Clare football once again. So the very best of luck at senior ranks, and I wish you the very best of luck over the next couple of years and that as well. But today I'd just like to congratulate you on a wonderful victory, and to congratulate everyone that's involved, the people of the parish here that have supported you, your own people, the people that have spent hours and hours in training the team, the people who are involved in the club. So well done to everyone in the parishes of Kilmurray, McMahon and Labashida, and to Shannon Gaels, congratulations, and it gives me great pleasure indeed to present this trophy to a man not just that's a great servant of the Gaels, but a great servant of Clare as well. So Noel Kennedy, congratulations. Thank you, Father. Taos and Downham and Curtin Shaw at Locka. Sulfurn Gale Lashana! As we've been down playing intermediate for 9 years. 9 years too long! We're back senior and we're going to stay there! As an awful lot of people have been involved with this team down through the years, and I won't stop mentioning names because I'll be here forever. We built this team from underage all the way up along. It's only now we're coming of age. But I have to mention a few. We thank our sponsors, special thanks to Declan for the jerseys and all he's done, and all our other sponsors as well. Thanks very much. And our management, former greats. There'll be more of them after this. We'll put it up to you, lads. One, the great TV Malone, Tom Malone, with a hand together for him. And Mickey Sullivan. But as one man down through the years probably got no sleep last night.
This is for him, lads. His heart is behind the gate. That's Matt, and you won't get any sleep tonight either, Martin. So, Martin Claudia, put your hands together for you. Lads, there's one fella, he's in hospital at the moment. He's been involved in the club at the field committee, and he's sick at the moment. So, Sean Whelan, lads, this is for him as well. I'm running over things. Curry's wasn't your day, maybe a few goals in the end, just with the difference. Stick with it, lads. You have a good team together. You're going and the best of luck to you in 21s. And 3 cheers for O'Curry, lads. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. The Gaels are back to the fore. Come on, the 21!